Hello everyone, this is Khalifa Muhammad Asif from Ali Allana College of Pharmacy, Akkalkuwa. In the last video, we have seen about particle shape. Today I am going to talk about particle size. Particle size is important for understanding the physical and chemical properties of material for manufacturers across a variety of industries. Importance of particle size in pharmacy and other fields already been discussed in the first video of this chapter. Let's discuss particle size measurement. Whenever we talk about particle size measurement, the shape of particle plays a significant role. We can broadly classify the particles as spherical particles and irregular particles. For a perfect sphere, it is quite easy to determine the particle size as you only need the diameter. If all particles were spherical, it would be quite easy to determine the particle size using available methods. Unfortunately, pharmaceutical powder particles are non-spherical in nature and their surface area and volume changes with dimension. Therefore, it is difficult to express the size as a meaningful diameter. So, question may arise how we can measure the diameter of irregular particles. For that, we have to try to correlate some properties of irregular particles with spherical particles. We have many properties like surface area, volume, rate of sedimentation, projected area, surface to volume ratio, which we can measure easily using different analytical methods, and we can measure the diameter of irregular particles by correlating these properties to spherical particles, and these diameters would be termed to be equivalent diameters. Equivalent diameters include surface diameter, volume diameter, projected diameter, Stokes diameter, sieve diameter and volume surface diameter. Let's start with the surface diameter, which is denoted by ds. It is defined as the diameter of sphere with the same surface area as the particle. Let me explain what does it mean and how it can be calculated. For that, take irregular particle and find out its surface area by any suitable method like electron microscopy or adsorption. Say for example, we have irregular particle having the surface area of 0.21 cm square. Then take a spherical particle having same surface area. Let both spherical and irregular particle have same surface area of 0.21 cm square. Now what we are going to do is, we will measure the diameter of spherical particle and it would be of 0.26 cm. Imply this diameter to irregular one, it would be surface diameter of irregular particle. Next one is volume diameter. It is defined as the diameter of sphere with the same volume as the particle. Volume diameter can be obtained in the same manner as of surface diameter. In this case, take an irregular particle and measure the volume of it by appropriate method, and take a spherical particle which is having same volume as that of irregular particle. Let both have same volume. Now measure the diameter of spherical particle. We can simply imply this diameter of sphere to irregular one and it would be volume diameter of irregular particle. Let's see projected diameter. It is denoted by dp. It is defined as the diameter of sphere with the same projected area observed under microscope. In this, take a microscope and project the irregular particle under a microscope. Now measure the projected area of that particle. Take a spherical particle which is having the same projected area and measure the diameter of it. It would be a projected diameter of irregular particle. Next one is Stokes diameter. It is the diameter which describes an equivalent sphere undergoing sedimentation at the same rate as the particle. In this, allow the irregular particle to settle in some vessel containing liquid and measure the rate of sedimentation. Take a spherical particle which is having the same rate of sedimentation and measure the diameter of it. It would be the Stokes diameter of irregular particle. Next one is sieve diameter. It is the diameter of sphere that will just pass through same aperture size as the particle. Take sieves of different size to say, for example, sieve number 10 and 20. Take your irregular particle and allow it to pass through the sieve, and suppose it is passed from sieve number 10 and retain on sieve number 20. Similarly, take a spherical particle that can pass and retain through same sieve. Now we can say both the particles have same diameter. Now measure the diameter of spherical particle. It would be the sieve diameter of an irregular particle. Similarly, next one is volume surface diameter. It is the diameter of sphere that has same ratio of surface area to volume as for the particle. This is how we can measure the diameter of irregular particles by correlating some properties of irregular particles with spherical particle, and we can have a diameter of irregular particles in terms of equivalent diameter. Here I am ending up for today. In the next session I will discuss average particle size and particle size distribution.